Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy D-Lloyd, and with the EA announcing that they're going to be focusing on improving the franchise mode for Madden 21, I wanted to make a video about what I believe EA could realistically do in a month to try to improve the game before launch, or maybe a patch or two after launch. What small tweaks can they realistically do? Because I'm a realist. I know you only have a month before the game needs to come out. You probably don't have a lot of time to completely revamp the mode, and at the same time, you guys are still working on the next gen version. So I wrote down 7 ideas. Of course, I want you guys in the comment section below to let me know maybe some of your ideas. Now, I have to throw this out there. I am not a programmer. I am not a coder. So these are things that I believe could be potentially added in a month. Maybe they take way longer than I'm expecting, and that is on me. This is just me speculating on possibilities of things that EA could do. So in no particular order, let's go through the list, shall we? So at number 1, the draft day experience. What can EA do to make the draft more of an experience? Now, to me, I think they had a great start, right? They have, when you get into the draft day, they have the whole stage set up. They had the lights. They got the player's name that pops up when they are drafted. That stuff is cool. What else can you add? Realistically, I think you got to integrate more into the ticker. Have draft day trades. Have the computer making trades with other guys, you announcing those trades. That stuff could be pretty hyped up. Maybe you guys could have boos and cheers when players get drafted like they had in the old Maddens. That can maybe give you a hint as to whether or not these guys are good or not. Like NFL head coach, maybe have a poll based off of your first round pick when it comes to your second round pick. So say for instance the Seahawks drafted a quarterback. You could have what percentage of Seahawks fans like the first pick. Things like that to really immerse you in the draft day experience. I don't think they have to be full-fledged features, just that small tweaks that I think you could add to the game. Maybe that's just an idea. All right, number 2, enhanced scouting. Now, I don't know how much you could do with scouting before the release of the game, right? You only have a month to try to do scouting, but scouting has been stale really since they added the new scouting mode in there, right? Or the new scouting features. I don't think it's been really in depth. I don't think they'll be able to add like a college all-star game like they had back in Madden 08. If you could do that, that would be dope. Maybe give us a game where we could play with some of the top players and that's it. Maybe you don't even add nothing else. Just allow us to play with some of the top guys, or we could decide for ourselves if we want to actually draft these guys or not. I think the Fog of War system could also go into the scouting. Maybe expand that a bit. Maybe all of the dev upgrades or development traits are hidden. Maybe for a year, maybe as you go through the season, or like you did in Madden 12, I believe, with the ratings, you don't see the true rookie rating until week 1 of the regular season. So preseason then has a meaning to it. Something like that. I think it's a small addition, but I think will go a long way for franchise guys who want to be immersed. Now, speaking about immersion, number 3, enhancing stat tracking. When you're going through years and years, if you make it through, 5, 6, 7, hopefully you make it through a full decade, 10 seasons plus, you might want to look back on the career stats of some guys. Let's go down memory lane. Now you have that now, right? You do have the fact that you could go down. Let's look at where Dwayne Haskins did throughout his career, and that's cool. But let's say, for instance, he got traded along the way. He was a free agent along the way. He went and stopped through multiple teams before he ended up on your team, or whatever the case may be. We don't even know what team he played on those years that the stats are showing. They just show you the stats, and I don't know why you can't just tell us what team he played for. It's a small little column. Just put the team there. Every other game basically does it. I don't think that should be hard to put into the game. Please at least give us that. Give us the opportunity to go through and, like, for instance, in our Washington franchise mode, we had Sean Dion Hamilton. He won Defensive Player of the Year. We had to let him go. Now we want to go back and look at him now that we're done with season 6. Maybe let's see what he's done since he left. It would be nice to know exactly what years he was on your team, what years he was on another team, and then you can look at the stats that way. I think if you enhance stat tracking really across the board, that will go a long way. Now, number 4, we have live Pro Bowl voting. This also used to be in the game. That's kind of a trend here, right? A lot of the stuff that I want in the game that I think you guys could throw back in the game used to be in the game. We have the Pro Bowl roster at the end of the year, so they have some type of calculation, right, on how they're coming up with those Pro Bowl rosters. Just do that throughout the season. Just kind of show us who is getting the most votes, who are the top vote getters, and at least you kind of know, hey, my guy's on the verge of making the Pro Bowl. Hey, this guy might be a Pro Bowler. This guy's getting snubbed. Whatever the case may be, I think that adds to the immersion of the game, and I don't think that will take too much to do. Am I wrong? I don't know. All right, so then number 5, we have relocation and create a team. So I put all this into one category. Yes, I guess theoretically you could split it up. Create a team hasn't been in Madden and I don't know how long. I think Madden 12 since create a team was there. Put that back in. You've seen the success of expansion teams and creative teams on NBA 2K and other stuff, even NCAA football. You know, a lot of content creators, a lot of players in general, they want that creative ability to make their own team and then, you know, have that success on the field. Allow that to happen. Relocation, the same thing. Please give us some relocation logos. I don't know how hard that could be to put relocation logos in the game, but it's just flat out lazy, man. We've had the same relocation logos for almost, what, 6 years now? Maybe 7 years? It's been a long time since we got new relocation logos. Please give us some relocation logos. So at number 6, we have allow multi-year contracts to end season free agency. Once again, I think it's just a lazy move by EA. Maybe there's something on the back end that I don't understand. But as a consumer, why can't I sign an in-season free agent to a multiple year deal? That doesn't make much sense to me. If Antonio Brown is sitting there in week 3 and I want to pay Antonio Brown for the next 3 seasons, I should be allowed to go ahead and offer Antonio Brown a 3-season contract. I don't get it. Right now they have it where he'll sign the 1-year deal and you can't rip him off because they have the contract already basically written up. You just go through, press X or A, bam, he signed. You could kind of do something similar if you don't want guys just ripping off free agents. Maybe have a minimum. Maybe Antonio Brown doesn't go for no less than $11 million a season. But that's fine as long as I can move up the years. I might want to try to get somebody a long-term deal in the middle of the season. I don't know why you can't do that. And then given contract extensions, I feel like that should be able to happen at almost any time too. Especially now we're seeing all these deals where players have a year or 2 years left on their contract and they're signing long-term extensions. Could we be able to do that? Hopefully. And then the last one before we make this video too long is be able to customize the preseason schedule. Now, I know you probably can't go ahead and customize the whole NFL schedule, and that's fine. The preseason schedule, you used to, back in the day, back in the old Maddens, once again, could go through and just select the 4 preseason games that you want to play. Because Madden this year, you end up playing the same teams over and over and over again. For example, in the Premier Madden League where I had the Pittsburgh Steelers, I played against Cookie Boy 17 every single season in preseason. So bad that we just called it our annual preseason game. Why can't we go through and maybe select some different guys to play against? Or sometimes you'll play against an opponent. For example, I might play the Raiders, and then I'll play the Raiders again in the regular season. That doesn't make much sense, but EA doesn't allow you to have any input at all when it comes to preseason scheduling, so it just ends up making stuff up essentially, and we get that mess, man. So those are my 7 features that I believe EA could just simply implement. I don't know if I would say simply, but I think they could implement it in Madden 21's franchise mode. I don't think you need a whole year cycle to be able to put those things in. Hopefully I said things that are realistic in my head, in my mind. These are realistic features. But you guys let me know, what did you agree on? What did you disagree on? And let me know, what do you think EA could potentially add to the game? I know they're supposed to be sitting down, meeting, and discussing the future of franchise and what they could do to the game. Maybe you have a suggestion on things that you think could improve the mode before the release of Madden 21. Also, let me know where you guys stand with Madden 21 right now. Do you think franchise is going to get any major improvements? Do you think they're kind of all talk? Let me know in the comment section below. It's your boy D Lloyd. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.